The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. A nightclub owned by a man accused in a murder-for-hire plot goes up in flames overnight.
A man accused in a multi-county crime spree is apologizing for his actions.
And a bus driver turns hero and saves a lot of children.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning and welcome in. It's Wednesday, September 14th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Already to that midpoint in the week. Can you believe it? It's flying by.
This one is zipping. Beautiful week, easy to enjoy. And it's that weekend that we'll be watching for that increased chance of rain. Could get a shower or two today. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be looking for the next few days now through the rest of your work week, which is Friday. Yeah, don't expect a lot of rain. Like I said earlier this morning, don't expect rain. Just know there's the potential for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm because the front is on its way, and that'll at least bring us the chance later on this afternoon and off into the evening hours. Temperatures are already in the 70s and even pushing 80 degrees this morning, and you can feel it in the air. It's a little bit different outside. 86 by the afternoon, that's a small chance. I'll show you the area that I expect that coming up.
In the news first this mid-morning, crews are searching for the cause of a massive fire that has destroyed a Metcalfe County nightclub.
The club is on Stockton Road near Edmonton, just off US 68, not far from the Cumberland Parkway in Metcalfe County. We have eyewitness video of the fire, which started late last night. Crews are still on the scene. The club is called Scott's City Limits. Several fire departments were on the scene for hours. The club featured popular country western entertainers each week. There are no reports of any injuries.
No word yet of any criminal investigation underway, but the club is owned by Kevin Gentry, and he is in jail accused of trying to hire someone to commit murder. So we'll be following up on that story.
Bridge demolition caused some backups on I-75 in Lexington this morning. Take a look at what southbound drivers ran into overnight. Traffic was backed up for miles starting around mile marker 107. Crews are working on demolishing a bridge as part of the Todd's Road widening project. This was the second and last day of work that will impact I-75.
Police are investigating a break-in at a Lexington gas station this morning. It happened at around 1:30 this morning at the Marathon on Alexandria Drive. Police say the person broke in through a back window and apparently got away only with some cigarettes.
A man accused of going on a crime spree across 4 eastern Kentucky counties is now apologizing for his crimes. Timothy Lawson is accused of stealing multiple vehicles, burning a car, and breaking into a home. He was on the run for more than a week before his stepdad turned him in. Lawson says drugs played a role in his crime spree. He also says he didn't want to surrender because he was afraid for his life.
I couldn't come out nowhere without getting shot at. So I feared for my life. That's the reason I did not surrender to the law enforcement.
Lawson now faces 11 charges ranging from burglary to wanton endangerment.
The Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education is reaching out to help those ITT Tech students in Lexington today.
ITT Tech closed its Lexington campus last week after the U.S. Department of Education banned ITT from enrolling new students who use federal financial aid. Today, the Council on Post-Secondary Education is teaming up with BCTC to host an information session for ITT students. The session is at 4:30 this afternoon at the BCTC Leestown campus in Lexington. The session will help students explore college options to continue the studies they started. Information about financial aid will also be available. UK Hospital finally has released information on the condition of Lyle Adams, the man injured in a 2-car accident on New Circle Road yesterday. He's listed in serious condition after being hit and then pinned between 2 trucks. Adams had been training for an Ironman competition. His coach told us Adams suffered broken bones and a dislocated knee. Well, the Maryland school bus driver is being hailed a hero after escorting all 20 of her students from a bus engulfed in fire. And those pictures are just incredible.
Really. A dramatic video shows the intense fire after flames broke out. This was Monday afternoon. The bus driver, Renita Smith, says the bus started making some noises, and then soon after that she smelled smoke, and then she noticed fire from her side view mirror. Smith quickly stopped and secured the bus and started escorting each child ages 4 to 9 out of the bus and to safety. Within minutes, the entire bus was covered in flames. And Smith also noted that some neighbors came out to assist her in keeping the kids calm until the first responders could get there. What a situation.
And I'm sure that they needed that,
Yeah.
just being a part of that and seeing all of that happen.
4-year-olds, you know, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump is visiting Flint, Michigan today, a predominantly African-American Democratic town at the center of a water contamination crisis.
Trump's outreach to voters there comes just a day after the Republican candidate tried to win over working women with a new plan to make child care more affordable. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's campaign quickly dismissed the plan as completely unserious and out of touch. The Democratic candidate is still recovering from pneumonia. She is now expected to rejoin the campaign trail tomorrow.
Well, 3 police officers are recovering this morning after a driver slammed into them at a gas station parking lot in Phoenix.
The police chief is calling it unprovoked, a violent, intentional act, and it has all been caught on surveillance video. Hannah Daniels has the details. We warn you that the video is graphic.
In this surveillance video, you see the exact moment police say a man deliberately plows his car into 3 Phoenix police officers.
I'm outraged by this incident. This is a violent, cowardly act on our police officers, and it's simply unacceptable. Our Phoenix police officers were targeted.
Investigators say the cops were standing at a Quick Trip gas station around 2 a.m. Tuesday morning after responding to a call. Moments before the crash, a red sedan is seen speeding up at the opposite end of the parking lot, heading right towards them. The officer seen thrown over the SUV is a 33-year-old rookie on his first night of patrol. He suffered a concussion but was able to wrestle the suspect to the ground. A sergeant on scene suffered a broken leg, while a third escaped with scrapes and bruises.
These officers could have easily been killed, and I thank God that we're not planning 3 funerals right now.
The driver, 44-year-old Mark Payne, is accused of using his vehicle as a weapon and is facing 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
The officers used a taser to subdue the suspect, who police say struggled violently with them. Detectives say that the Payne may have been impaired. They do not have a clear motive for the attack at this point.
Some top U.S. Olympians are finding themselves at the center of the latest cybersecurity breach at the hands of Russian hackers. A group called Fancy Bears published the confidential medical records for gymnasts Simone Biles, Venus and Serena Williams, and others online. The records were stolen from the World Anti-Doping Agency. Russia is denying any wrongdoing.
Central Kentucky pumpkin growers say they have some concerns right now about this year's crop as we're headed toward the fall and Halloween. A late surge of heat apparently has not been good for the growth of pumpkins. Farmer Stephen Pfister says warm temperatures in late summer can limit the size of the pumpkins.
Really, 90s are not good to produce pumpkins. It prefers temperatures of mid-80s is what they prefer.
Pumpkin growers say the ideal size for a pumpkin to carve or to eat is between 20 and 25 pounds. Pfister says some more rain would help out the crop. So that apparently is coming for the weekend.
If it's not too late, I'm sure
right.
They do need some help with
grow
it.
a little more. Well, Mother Nature caused a Lexington wedding to get off to a rough start over the weekend.
Strong winds from a storm caused part of a tree to fall in the middle of the ceremony. Cameras were rolling as the bride and groom ran for cover. Bride Ashley Brown says she had just walked down the aisle when the wind started picking up. Ashley and her husband Zach first began laughing, but moments later they were sent running when a big gust snapped the tree behind the altar. No one was hurt, and after a few minutes, the couple resumed the ceremony. Can you imagine the wedding pictures
they
after
just had
this?
to go running. I mean, look at that. She fell over.
They needed to run. It's just amazing. That's
well,
what you don't expect in the middle of it.
They won't forget their special moment, right?
They'll be, everybody who was there will be talking about that one for a long time. Well, some good news to report this mid-morning. A Lexington nonprofit that was burglarized is getting some much-needed help.
Surveillance video caught 2 men stealing a lawnmower from the Bob Brown house. The group provides affordable housing for the disabled. This is actually the 5th time that their lawnmower has been stolen. And after seeing our story here on WKYT News, Wilcox Pools in Winchester says it is planning to donate a new lawnmower to the Bob Brown house.
That's a nice thing for them to do.
It certainly is.
Put them back in business.
The charity's been around a long time.
Yes,
Bob
it
Brown
has.
at Trinity Hill United Methodist all those years ago.
Many years ago.
Yeah, right.
Well, keep it here on Mid-Morning. We'll take you to London, England, not Kentucky, where an odd movement is taking hold in one of the subway tunnels.
Well, that could be a Laurel County cat. You never know. And then the original movie was controversial. Now the sequel is in theaters, and moviegoers have taken notice.
And here comes that front. That will give us at least a change in the forecast for the rest of the work week. But it's really the weekend we're going to be talking about because that's where most of the rain will impact us. I'll have that and the timing of your forecast coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're there in the mid to upper 70s at this moment. It's warming very rapidly. I'm meteorologist Micah Harris with a good look outside on all our sky cams. Frankfort looks good, 74 degrees. We're at 73 as we look at the overpass 801 and also I-64 there in Moorhead. Looking just fine at the 133 exit. Lexington, bright blue skies, London, Corbin. I mean, really anywhere you look is fantastic. Now we get into your afternoon. Things will change just a bit. These aren't big changes, but they are changes. And some of us, and I put on my Facebook page this graphic earlier this morning, and some of you were saying, bring on the rain. We need it. And you know what? Some of us will have that chance. I would say far southeastern Kentucky. Get into the mountains of Harlan County, Letcher County, Bell, Pike County. Those areas, and then work your way to the far northern zones. It's probably your best opportunity, and even that is going to be small. Go Lexington northbound, and that is your better opportunity like I was talking about, but for the most part, I mean, there's no washout. If you do get under one of these showers or thunderstorms, lucky you, because your yard will look a little bit better than mine will. But none of this is severe weather, so I think everybody is saying bring on the rain, welcoming it with open arms because we just haven't seen it lately. Down toward the southeast, there you go by noontime, and that's where we're expecting maybe a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. And for the northern zones, there's 7 p.m. Heading out this evening, going out to eat, heading off to church, whatever it may be here on this Wednesday, it's looking pretty good for you. Now go overnight and into tomorrow, and that front is moving through. It does not give us that chance of rain. Really, the chance of rain is this afternoon and evening, so that pushes on through. Some drier air filters on in, and we'll be sitting there in the low to mid 80s. And then Friday, just the slightest chance of rain, as most stay dry on Friday. So the rest of the work week, there really aren't many problems. Now we get to the weekend, that's a little bit of a different story. Good rain chances for both Saturday and Sunday, both at 60 to 70%. And we're still 4, maybe 5 days out, depending on which day you look at it. So we're pretty confident we will see some rain this weekend. Now the question is, what's the timing on it? Well, as of right now, and things may change, as of right now, I'd say Saturday afternoon and evening is when it really moves on in, and then it really overspreads us there Saturday night into Sunday, which is not good news. A lot of us with a lot of events going on, big Secretariat Festival going on in Bourbon County in Paris, 9th year for that, so crossing your fingers. That kicks off Friday, so Friday will be dry. Sometimes, but not all the time.
Here we are. We'll try.
You just never know, man. You never know. Do what you can.
We'll see. You know,
Thank you,
make the
Micah.
best of it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
an unusual marketing campaign is turning heads throughout a London subway station.
Again, this is in England. Passengers are now greeted with giant posters of cats staring right at them when they arrive at their destination. It's part of a crowd-funded campaign to replace all ads with pictures of kitties. The campaign started this week. It has since raised more than $26,000 to make 68 ads at Clapham Common Tube Station disappear. The group behind the cat movement says the stunt is meant to make people think about what's really valuable in their life.
And I guess they mean it's the cats. It's all about the cats. I think dogs need a little extra attention in that too,
Maybe
you know?
maybe a little equal time, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's creative.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani gets animated and get a first look at the steamy 50 Shades of Grey sequel.
CBS's Daniel Nottingham has those stories and more in today's Eye on Entertainment.
Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan return to the big screen in 50 Shades Darker. The sequel to 50 Shades of Grey follows Christian's attempt to woo back Anna.
I want you back. I had no idea what this was going to become.
50 Shades Darker hits theaters in February, just in time for Valentine's Day.
1, 2, let's rock this crew!
Gwen Stefani is broadening her empire with an animated series. She's the co-creator and executive producer of Cuckoo Harajuku, a series inspired by Stefani and her backup dancers. Cuckoo Harajuku premieres October 3rd on Nickelodeon.
Remember our instructions. Low profile, blend in.
Liev Schreiber and Janet McTeer star in the Broadway revival of Les Liaisons Dangereuses. They play former lovers in a cat-and-mouse game of seduction and revenge.
There's a depth and a humanity in it that is hilarious and then simultaneously heartbreaking.
As an audience, you hopefully love them as well as hating them, so that when it all goes horribly wrong, you kind of really feel for them.
Broadway previews begin October 8th. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, coming right up, connecting with the community through heavy metal music.
We'll tell you about the Addiction Project's free concert. Stay with us. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $222 million, and Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot, $133 million.
Welcome back in. Great to have you with us at Midmorning on WKYT. A Lexington group is hoping to connect with those troubled by addiction in our community through rock music. The Addiction Project will be holding a special concert coming up here in Lexington.
And to learn more about it, we're joined by Larry McCoy, coordinator of the Addiction Project, along with Carrie Cairo, volunteer coordinator at the Hope Center. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Larry, first of all, what is the Addiction Project?
Well, the Addiction Project is volunteers that are throughout the community. We get together and we design events where we can put certain organizations together with people that are in need with whatever, like addictions and homelessness and all that, and we bring them together so they know where they can get help.
So tell us about the upcoming concert. What can people expect?
Oh, it's heavy metal. We wanted to bring the kids in because what we want to do is we're actually going to have people from the Hope Center that are battling addiction, and we want them to celebrate their recovery, but also mentor to the people and the children that come in there, the teenagers that come in there to the show, can enjoy the show and learn about the awareness and the fight of addiction.
Carrie, you could not do this without the volunteers who work so hard to pull this off, like Larry. Tell us about that and the efforts by the Hope Center.
Absolutely. Larry is one of our best volunteers. He does a great job, and this is a huge undertaking. Several bands there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The Hope Center, we're so much more than just a homeless shelter. We have addiction recovery programs for men and women. Our men's addiction recovery program serves about 240, and the women serves about 80 women. So recovery is a big part of what the Hope Center does, and this project just really supports that.
A lot of hope that comes out of that. Is there a next project for the addiction program?
Well, the next project is actually Operation Boots on the Ground. Is for homeless veterans.
Oh, okay.
If I can say something else, also the Addiction Project, there's in the surrounding counties, there's also Revive is going to be there from Nicholasville, Raw out of Woodford County, Isaiah House out of Danville is going to be in there, so people can get the information that they need. I hope parents can come in there and just grab the information they need, leave their kids, and then get information if they need answers, and we'll get that to them.
That sounds
Very good.
All right, thank you. And again, that's Friday night, right?
That's Friday night, 7
o'clock.
o'clock at the Genesis Center.
Appreciate you coming.
Thank you all. Well, keep it right here this mid-morning.
Going to check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen next and see what you could make here in the middle of the week. We're back in a moment.
We're glad you're along with us today. You probably remember eating square pizza for lunch when you were back in school.
It was good when you were hungry, right? The Mr. Food Test Kitchen is bringing back those memories one slice at a time.
Do you remember eating square pizza for lunch when you were in school? I know I do. As our week-long tribute to school cafeteria foods continue, I thought it would be great if we brought back that memory again. Of course, one slice at a time. To make an easy version at home, all we have to do is roll out a store-bought pizza dough into a rectangle. Our secret is to place it on a baking sheet that we brush with olive oil mixed with Italian seasonings and a little garlic powder. Once this looks good, we'll brush it with a little bit more of the olive oil. Then we'll prick it with a fork. That'll keep the dough from puffing up while it bakes. When the crust is golden, we top it off with a thin layer of spaghetti sauce, some shredded mozzarella cheese, and last but not least, some pepperoni. A few minutes back in the oven is all it takes. When the cheese is melted and the crust is super crispy, we cut it into squares, just like they did back then, so it fits the cafeteria trays. It may sound simple, yet this is one pizza you'll never forget. To get the recipe for what we call school lunch square pizza, all you have to do is go online now, so you can bring back memories in the taste of years gone by. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a cheesier way, very cheesier way, for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
School pizza. Mike, I bet you were first in line.
I did about 2 or 3 every time we had school pizzas.
Amazing.
No doubt about it.
Had to bring a little extra money, right?
Yeah, exactly. 30% chance of rain the rest of the afternoon, and that's mainly for far northern Kentucky, far southeastern Kentucky. Those are your best chances, not your only chance. We could see it as far south as I-64 here around Lexington. For the most part, it's far north and far southeast. However, for the weekend, it's for most everybody.
All right.
All get to enjoy
That's right.
equal
Be hearing more about
opportunity.
that.
Thank you for joining us on Mid-Morning. We'll have the latest for you here at noon.
We'll see you then.